The performance was sold out more than a week in advance for a trio featuring an innovative jazz pianist named Matt Savage. It was early afternoon because Mr. Savage, who was accompanied by veterans of the Boston area jazz scene, doesn't give late-night performances. That would keep him up way past his bedtime.
It's so rare that you find somebody like this that, you know, it's almost like he dropped in from another planet.
All I see are the feet dangling back and forth. And these just, you know, ideas coming from the piano.
Matt Savage is a 9-year-old diagnosed with a form of autism, which can leave a child emotionally cut off and unable to communicate well and fixated on routines. What is amazing about him is that his ability to learn and memorize notes is accompanied by an ability to improvise in the classic traditions of jazz and a knowledge of the techniques of great jazz musicians. What jazz musicians do you like to listen to?
Like Dizzy Gillespie, Sonny Rollins, Thelonious Monk.
When I talked with Matthew, I also rolled a ball back and forth with him to help keep his attention, which often wanders. What kind of music do you write?
Jazz, of course.
Jazz, of course. What makes jazz jazz?
The beat, the feel, the tempo, the dynamics. Now I'm going to play a tune that has been a classic for years by the early jazz great Fats Waller, entitled Ain't Misbehavin'.
But how did a child who once found music painful learn to play like a tiny genius? His parents believe that part of it has to do with a condition that accompanies his autism called hyperlexia, an intense fixation on words and numbers that contributed to his ability to memorize music books and, very quickly, to read music. That started around 3 years ago when Matthew was 6½. Diane showed him how the colored notes on a toy piano corresponded with tones and then helped him transfer that information to the real piano.
You play the black notes, ready?
And then I brought out the beginning music book and I showed it to him, and he
took it from there.
Like, he grabbed it from me, and he just sat there and read it from cover to cover, and he played every single song in there.
Matthew loved to improvise, which amazed the musicians who heard him and led Diane and Larry to get him teachers, both for jazz and classical music. He still fixates on things, still has obsessions and distractions.
This is my second window.
But he functions at a much higher level than he did when he was younger. And he has a sense of humor that's apparent in the titles of the jazz compositions he writes, Summer Fever and Shufflin' the Cards. He starts off other musicians in his own inimitable way.
The funniest was his last concert, and Matthew just said, a 1, a 2, a you know what to do.
Is he earning money as a musician now?
He's starting to. Yeah.
Does he know that he's making money?
No, and that's purposeful. He fixates on things like the lottery or Wheel of Fortune. And I'm very much afraid that if he knows that he can make money by playing music, then that's going to be an obsession for him.
Only God knows what's in his mind when he plays a Thelonious Monk ballad with an adult sensitivity in the span of his 9-year-old fingers. His future is impossible to predict, and the wellspring of his talent may be a mystery to us. But to him, it is as simple and profound as it is for all musicians. It makes him happy when he plays.
I feel really involved in the music.